Hey, thank you for coming by Tori Magoo 44 in December. It's December 7th, and I decided I'm going to do kind of a 12 tips to Christmas. I know we're not quite up to 12 days to Christmas, but I'm going to do one every few days. And it's going to be for people who are in tips about things I want you to really think about regarding your quote-unquote Church of Scientology, and for the people who are activists exposing the abuses of Scientology, that too. You know, what is, in my opinion, what I think is really key that you're doing that's really helping out, okay? All right, so first of all, this one has to do with freedom and free speech. And obviously, I've done a lot of videos on it where Scientology has spent a ton of time stopping free speech. Your free speech and others' free speech. People that are in, people that are out. The people that have picketed, you've seen it. You know, you've watched it, you've been there, you see how these OTs, you know, can't talk to you or anything. I thought about it and I thought, well, let's look up the definition, because I say it to people all the time, you know, try to clear that with a friend of yours in Scientology. So let's go over that, okay? Just briefly. These are just a few of the definitions in the real dictionary, right? Here's the dictionary, Webster's Student Edition, so it's easy, right? Okay, not under the control of another, not a slave, not in prison. Well, for the Sea Org, that doesn't pass at all. For a lot of Scientologists, not either. The next one has to do with voting. 3, allowed, at liberty. Well, you know, they think they're at liberty. When you're in, you feel like you're at liberty, but really you're under the rules that Hubbard has decided for you. Okay? Not tied up, fastened, shut in, loose. Definitely not the Sea Org. They're not. When you listen to all the stories of the people that have escaped, I mean, Jesse Prince left with shotguns on David Miscavige. Hello. I wouldn't say he was loose. Mark Headley, they tried to drive off the road. If you don't believe me, buy Blown for Good at blownforgood.com. It is an excellent book, and it'll give you a really good insight into it. Also, another great one is Aaron Saxton. He just left pretty recently, and he's got some very good information also. There's a ton of information on the internet. Xenu TV. Anyway, .com. All right, not bothered or held down by duty, work, or worry. Now, unfortunately in Scientology, again, you're there thinking you're free, right? But the truth is, you are held down by a tremendous amount of worry and guilt. A, that you can afford to get up the bridge. If you're on staff, you're worrying to death about your statistics, etc. This goes on and on, 10, with no charge, without cost. Forget it. You don't get that one, Scientology. So you lose on each one of these definitions for the real dictionary. Let's take up Scientology's definitions. Here you go. This is, somebody gave me this. What is it? Here you go. I don't know how to do this. Damn. There you go. Dianetics and Scientology, Technical Dictionary, L. Ron Hubbard. Okay. So here you go. This is the definition of freedom. Wait, let me see. Freedom. I don't know if you can see it or not. Freedom. It's hard to do that. Okay. The first one is very weird, but here it is. Ability to create a position, energy, or matter in time and space. Now, that's their big cause over life, right? Now, you guys have been picketing. You can see how strong their ability to create and position energy or matter in time and space. They can't do anything. You know, they're locked in. They can't talk to anybody. They can't say anything. You know, ride their bicycles by. That's it. Okay, 2, the absence of barriers. Hello. I don't really think you guys are generating the absence of barriers. In fact, you represent barriers. That you have blankets on your windows of your churches, quote unquote. It's pathetic. You are living, breathing barriers. You know, but you people inside the barriers think they're free. Okay. 3, lots of space and ability to use it. That sounds pretty good, doesn't it? But do they have lots of space and the ability to use it? Not really. Only within the confines of Scientology. If they step outside of it, they're screwed. No, you can't talk to anybody who's declared suppressive, no matter how much you love them, right? Families are broken up because of the Church of Scientology. Freedom does not reign in the Church of Scientology. And then it talks about understanding is attained, you know, once understanding is attained, freedom is attained, right? And okay, so you don't have any understanding of most of the people outside of your church. That was part of what helped me wake up, because I started thinking about it, and I thought, you know, when you're in Scientology, you pretty much really do think everybody needs to get into Scientology and be an OT, right? But then I started thinking of all the fabulous people that I love, whether they're artists, musicians, scientists, inventors, fabulous people in history, politicians, you know, just, you know, social workers, Martin Luther King, you know, just people that I respected and loved and have helped tons of people. And I thought, you know, Mother Teresa, I thought they're not Scientologists. They never even walked in a Scientology church. You know, and there's so many compared to the few little people that are in Scientology. And that was one of the beginning things of me waking up. So for every one of you that is out there, if you're inside the church, realize this. It's sort of like a street. Think of a street. It's got a line in the middle. And when you're in, you feel like, at least I did, like it's sort of like I was standing on a cliff 1,000 feet high. And way down at the bottom was a little note that said, if you jump, you might make it. Which is why I have that sign, leap and the net will appear, right? But you gotta leap. But the truth is, and all of us who have left agree on this, it is nothing more than just walking across the street. That's it. You're on this side. You walk over, you're on that side. You're free. Done. I mean, all the spider webs that's what Scientology does. It builds, and probably a lot of other organizations do too, but they build spider webs around you so that you just feel like you couldn't possibly leave. It would be so unloyal and bad, and, you know, you'd just be, you know, you would never get free, right? Which is really funny, because I just cleared, you know, they're really big on word clearing, right? And I just defined both of them from dictionaries, right? They are not free. The members that we see on a daily basis, and that I know, the people that are in, they are not free. And freedom actually begins the day you walk out of the Church of Scientology. So to everyone that is in, who wants to leave, pick up a phone, call me. I'll come get you. Don't worry about it. It's not all the things that you've signed that are the legal documents. They're I would say 99% of them, if not all of them, are illegal. You have your rights per the country that you are in to be free. Okay? They don't own you. You may think they own you, and you may have to lose some of your friends. You may have to lose some of your loved ones. But think about what's more important, your freedom or this friendship. Like Andrea said to me, what kind of friends could those be if they're going to leave you because you change your mind? That is a very good question. And hi, Andreas. Anyway, so to all of you that have been picketing, I cannot thank you enough, and neither can the families. A number of people have called me and told me I love the one where the daughter called her mother and said, please come pick me up. And her mom, when she got her, said, what happened? And she said, these people were picketing across the street, and I just kept thinking, I could be one of them. I could be out. And it's so great. So thank you to everybody who's helped on this. And I hope you keep doing it. And I wish you all a very Merry Christmas. We're going to have 11 more of these before Christmas. I'm going to do them every few days with another tip. And if you have any ideas or suggestions, send them to me. And if you're celebrating Hanukkah, congratulations on that. Have a wonderful celebration of that, or any other thing you celebrate at this time of the year. It's a great time of the year. So enjoy it. Do something fun. Do many things fun. And especially just love yourself and love your friends, okay? And enjoy them. All right. That's the best you can do, I think, as far as having a wonderful Christmas. So there you go. Take care.